discussing the chapter 4, abnormal behavior. Abnormal behavior, a behavior that fails to meet the characteristic of a normal person, such as first, free expression of personality, second, adequate security feeling, and third, efficient contact with reality. Fourth, adaptability to group norms. And fifth, emotional maturity. And sixth, adequate self-knowledge. And lastly, integrated and consistent personality. And that's the characteristic of a normal person. And we have the types of abnormal behavior. First, personality disorder. Personality disorder, it originates during early development process leading to maladaptive behavior. Second, neuroses. Neuroses or psychoneurosis are behavioral disorder brought about by emotional tension resulting from frustration, conflicts, repression, or insecurity. We have the behavioral characteristic of neurotic reaction. First, presence of anxiety. Second, inability to function at capacity level. Third, rigid or repetitive behavior. And fourth, egocentricity. And fifth, hypersensitivity. And six, immaturity. Seven, somatic compliance. Eight, unhappiness. And lastly, a great deal of unconsciously motivated behavior. And we had a classification of neuroses according to most striking symptoms. First, anxiety reaction. Anxiety reaction, these are principally manifested in diffuse and consciously experienced feelings of anxiety and apprehension for which there seems to be no specific basis in reality. And second is hysteria. Hysteria, hysteria, a disorder in which the individual manifests without identifiable physical pathology, one or more symptoms usually due to organic disease. And we have the forms of hysteria. First, amnesia. Amnesia, a disorder in which the individual cannot recall his or her name and remembers little or nothing about the past. And we have the type of amnesia. First is anterograde. Anterograde, the inability to retain information which has just been seen or read. And second is retrograde. Retrograde, the inability to recall any event which took place during certain period of time. And last is localize. Localize, the inability to recall events which are related to a particular situation. Um, we have forms of psychasthenia. First is phobias. Phobias, an irrational or exaggerated fear of an object, person, act, or situation. This may be developed towards any imaginable aspect of environment. And we have the characteristics of phobia. First, reasons for the fear do not make sense. And second, the fear paralyzes instead of enhance the ability to deal with the problem. And third, the fear seems to be caused by the threat of a discharge of self-destructive aggression. And we have some examples of phobia. First, aclophobia or Nyctophobia. Acrophobia and nyctophobia is a fear of dark. And second, acrophobia. Acrophobia is a fear of high places. And third, aerophobia is a fear of flying. Fear of flying. Then agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is a fear of open spaces. Then fifth, ailurophobia. Ailurophobia is a fear of cats. And six is algophobia. Algophobia is a fear of pain. Fear of pain. And seven, amaxophobia. Amaxophobia is a fear of vehicles or driving. Then eight, anthophobia. Anthophobia is a fear of flowers, any kind of flowers. Then nine is anthrophobia. Anthrophobia is a fear of people. Fear of people. Then 10 is aquaphobia. Aquaphobia. Aquaphobia is a fear of water. Fear of water. And 11, arachnophobia. Arachnophobia is a fear of spider. Then astrophobia, fear of thunder, lightning, or storms. And 13, chiamphobia. Chimphobia is a fear of cold. And claustrophobia. Claustrophobia is a fear of closed places. Then cynophobia is a fear of dogs. Then dipsophobia is a fear of drinking. Ecophobia or oikophobia is a fear of home. 18. Electrophobia is a fear of electricity. And 19. Erythrophobia is a fear of blushing. And 20. Gamophobia is a fear of marriage. Lahat ng mga takot magpakasal. Then 21. Hematophobia is a fear of blood. 22. Hydrophobia is a fear of water. And 23, ideaphobia is a fear of thoughts. And 24, aclophobia is a fear of crowds. 25, opidophobia is a fear of snakes. And that's all the kinds of phobia. Second of phobia, obsession. Obsession is an idea or series of ideas which recur so frequently that it interferes with normal thinking. And third, compulsion. Compulsion is an irresistible tendency to perform an act or ritual which the individual feels compelled to carry out even though it is recognized as irrational. He or she must do so in order to reduce the tension. And we have some of compulsion. First, arithmomania. Arithmomania is the impulse to count everything. And second, dipsomania. Dipsomania is the impulse to drink liquor. And third is a homicidal mania. Homicidal mania is the impulse to kill. And fourth is kleptomania. Kleptomania is the impulse to steal. And fifth, megalomania. Megalomania is the impulse for fame or power. And six is pyromania. Pyromania is the impulse to set things on fire. And that's all. That's all the sum of example of compulsion.